On. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Over to you, Aashish. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Pradeep. Thanks, and thank you for everyone for joining in this lovely Saturday afternoon. For most of us, maybe, and some of you guys maybe from a different part of the world, and it might be a different time for you. But thanks for joining, and thanks for providing me like opportunity to speak in this platform, Pradeep. So yeah, talking about myself, I'm Aashish Baral. I'm senior power platform consultant working for Dogma Group from like last 4 years. And yeah, so basically we work around Dynamics 365 and different business application across it, like Business Central, HR Talent, customer engagement, and like other SaaS services like Power BI, Power Automate, Power Apps, and Power Virtual Agent. Yeah. So yeah, let's begin the slide. So talking about the agenda for today's session. So we'll be like basically introducing what Power Platform is, and moving forward, I'll be introducing you with connectors, why to use different custom connectors, and like we'll be like providing. I'll be providing you the demo on how to create the custom connector as well. Yeah. So on introducing Power Platform. So Power Platform is a family of low-code and zero-code tools. So if you guys are not familiar with what low-code and zero-code tools are, then it's like a platform provided for non-developers to to create their own applications by using a UI interfaces, basically like drag and drop features and all those things. So on the Power Platform, there are like different SaaS services provided to have the ability to create an apps and other services with low code and zero code. And Power BI is one of them, which provide the way to analyze and provide an insightful information on your business data, be it on Power Apps, which allows you to create web and mobile applications without having any platform specific knowledge, maybe an Android or an iOS. And to automate your business processes and workflows, Power Automate is one of the powerful tool that helps to automate all the business processes and like some tedious tasks that you might need to do repeatedly. Then you can like create all those things, or you can automate all those processes using Power Automate. And all those services and all the business applications across Dynamics 365 and Office 365 are on the top of Common Data Service, which is like now renamed to Data Wars recently. And the Common Data Service or Data Wars is a common data storage point for all the business applications, as well as the data provider or the data gateway for all the SaaS applications, maybe Power BI, Power Apps, or Power Automate. And thanks to Microsoft for the new introduction of Power Virtual Agents. With the capability of Power Virtual Agents, you can like build your own chatbots without having knowledge of data science, AI, or machine learning. And all the Power Virtual Agents chatbots are like AI driven. So yeah. Is it like going well, or like I need to like reduce my speed, Pradeep?
I think it is fine. Yeah, adding more and more background would still be fine. I think would be good. Yeah, it is okay to go slow. Yeah.
So one of the most important or one of the most powerful feature of Power Platform is like it has got hundreds of data connectors pre-built. So basically talking about data connectors, it is a gateway that is provided within the Power Platform to connect across the different third-party application, maybe Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, or to Gmail or your Outlooks. And all of those connectors will be on the top of Common Data Service or the data bus that is renamed currently. Yeah. And there are like more than 300 plus data connectors available pre-built. And so, for instance, like a couple of months back, there was a business scenario in my company itself to like pull the RSS feed from across the different websites and take those RSS feeds across the Dynamics. So what we basically did was created a Power Automate or flow and connect to different websites using the RSS feed connector that is pre-built, and get the data across the Dynamics 365 customer engagement environments. Yeah. And not only talking about the common data services, it is a cloud platform. You guys might be thinking like it can only connect to the cloud services, but if you guys have like on-premise environment or on-premise system within your intranet, then it is possible to connect those on-premise environment, maybe your SQL server or maybe your SharePoint document location that is within your premises through a common through a platform called Onpremise Data Gateway, and you can create on-premise data connectors as well. So yeah, on introducing Power Platform, with the introduction of in this 21st century, with the introduction of like machine learning, AI, and deep learning, so most of our applications are like smart. We don't want our application to be reactive. We want our application to be proactive, right? So with the help of AI Builder and AI Builder that is on the top of Common Data Service, we can like automate our business applications and make our business applications smart and proactive. So the detail of AI Builders and has been like provided by in the previous session by Poonam, and like thanks Uday for sharing his information on AI Builder as well. I think like you guys are like pretty much clear on AI Builder and its capabilities now. So I can like and it has really made my life easier now. Yeah. So now let's focus on one of the main topic that I am highlighting upon today. So what connector actually is. So yeah, connector is a way or is a platform through which Power Platform communicates with all the services. So maybe if like you want to communicate the Power Platform with Facebook or maybe a Twitter or maybe to any of the weather, maybe an MSN weather app services, then we can communicate it through the connector, and it's a wrapper around an API. So why to use custom connector then? So custom connector is one of the easiest and impactful ways you can like extend Power Platform. You can create your own you can create one custom connector and connect to any of the RESTful APIs. Or your private APIs, maybe your Azure Functions, or maybe your Azure Web Page, or maybe your Azure Web API applications, and like get data across common data services. And you have the ability to like connect to your private and public APIs into Power Platform. And one of the most important features the custom connector has is like you can extend and or consolidate the existing pre-built connector that I have referred on previous slide. So one of the business scenarios might be is like if you want to the pre-built custom connector doesn't allow all the functionalities that API does. So if you want to extend or if you want to add new feature to the pre-built connector, then you can create a custom connector as you have like ability to connect to different APIs or all the different RESTful APIs. So if it is just a wrapper around an API, then why can't we just make an HTTP request, right? So I have like basically break down that into 4 different reasons why it is like more efficient to use custom connectors than to make a HTTP request, because the first thing is simpler. So we want the ability to make for our users to make the HTTP request or HTTP call easier, because most of the Power Platform developers or most of the Power Platform app makers are the citizen developers, like who doesn't have the ability to write the code by own. So with the help of custom connector, they don't need to call the API using a code. So yeah, it's simpler for them to connect using a custom connector. Other thing is the reusability, right? So if you need to make a HTTP request, then you need to then if you do it through an API, then you need to write you need to like make a HTTP request on different flows. So if you have like got 50 flows, then you need to make a HTTP request 50 times, right? So instead of that, if you use a custom connector, then you can use the custom connector across multiple PowerApps or multiple flows. That is Power Automate. Yeah. Another thing is to avoid the unnecessary overhead. So basically, if you want to make an HTTP request within the PowerApps, then it is not possible to do it. So So to avoid that unnecessary overhead of creating a Power Automate to make an HTTP request and then again using that Power Automate back to Power Apps, what we can basically do is you can create a custom connector and you can use that custom connector directly within the Power Apps. Another advantage of having a custom connector is it has got a better logging and analytics, so you can track the number of times your connector has used and which are the flows or which apps are using your connector. So you can like directly navigate around the Power Platform Admin Center to like look into your connector analytics or the users of your connector. So there might be a question then what APIs can be used to create a connector, right? So as I have mentioned before, any RESTful APIs can be connected to can be connected using custom connector. All the public APIs from the services like Spotify, Google Books, and Facebook can be used to create your own custom connector. And all the public APIs that you manage, maybe your Azure functions, maybe your Azure web page or Azure API apps can be like connected within custom connector. So also I have talked about on-premise data gateway. So if you want to basically connect to your SQL server that is within your premises, then you can also use a custom connector to connect using on-premise data gateway. So security and API. So basically, when it comes to the security, then you have got like generic OAuth 2.0 and OAuth 2.0 for services like Dropbox, Azure AD, GitHub, and Salesforce. You can also use basic authentication and API keys to secure an API. So yeah, how to create a custom connector. So now I try to take you guys to the journey of creating a custom connector. So basically this will be a kind of demo on creating a custom connector, and I'll try to use that custom connector within the Power Automate to make some sort of HTTP request. So any questions till now? Before beginning the session, if you guys have like any questions, then. Yeah, thanks, Dave. Yeah, it's like Uday has like provided us a screenshot, so you can like create a custom connector from the blank, or you can import your OpenAPI file or maybe a Postman collection to create a custom connector. So basically, what we can do is so we'll be testing our APIs from the Postman and create the collection of those your test scenarios, and you can so once your API is or the endpoints are ready to go, then you can basically import your Postman collection to create the custom connector. Yeah. And I'll provide you to navigate all those things in my demo as well. So shall I start the demo now, guys?
Start.
Cool. Yeah. Give me a second. I'll just. Just give me a second, guys. Like it is taking me some time to connect to the environment.
Hi, Aziz.
Hi, Pradeep.
Are we done with the session or? Sorry, I
No,
was just.
I'm like, sorry, like I was like trying to connect to the environment for the demo, but it's taking some time. Maybe some of the maybe internet issue from my end.
Okay, maybe
Just give me a minute.
Yeah, you need to share your screen, maybe.
Yeah, I'll say it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say it. So once the environment is like is open, then I'll like quickly share it back.
Yeah, sure.
Instead of waiting, I can kind of add a few things. So what Pradeep, not Aashish, is doing is about talking about connectors, right? So Power Platform is powerful because of the connectors that we have. As of today, there are 424 connectors available there. In the old days, like 10 years, few years ago, if we wanted to connect to a data source, we would have to write so much code, right? ODBC, another layer, and then bring the data in and do all those jazz, like get, put, insert, whatever that is. You have to write so many methods and everything. So what the connector does is it's an interface, like easier interface. All you're doing is give me your user ID and password, and I have a connector that I'm gonna use to connect to. It could be SQL Server, it could be Azure SQL, it could be Oracle, it could be ServiceNow, right? It could be in the cloud. So there are 424 connectors logged. Not all connectors are included in your basic plan. There are about 120 or so are included in your basic Office 365 license, and then the rest are available, considered as premium. You do have to pay a little bit higher price for that. If you wanted to connect to Aashish, I'm just covering while you are doing that, okay? So as soon as you share your screen, let me know and I'll stop, okay?
Yeah,
that way it's not
no,
too
no
much
worries.
pressure on you.
Yeah, no worries today.
Yeah, just jump in when you're ready. So I'm just filling in so that people are not bored. So yeah, so what happens is now let's say what about API, right? This is what Aashish is covering right now is, yeah, I don't have one of my data sources is not included in that 424 connectors. So what do I do? So the next question is, do you have an API, right? Ask that question. And then if they say they have an API, then okay, then let's create a custom connector. And that's what Aashish is going to show you. Everything, all of those connectors, like 424 connectors that are being created, they are nothing but a wrapper around an API that was built by ServiceNow, Microsoft, right? All these vendors that you can build a connector and you can tell Microsoft, hey, publish this. You have to go through certain certification and they will publish it. And then after that, what if I don't have an API? It's a legacy system, right? It's a legacy system, Win32. I don't have any APIs. How do we connect? So the next step will be called RPA, robotic processing automation, which is under Power Automate. There's a feature called UI Flows, and then again, UI Flows has Power Automate Desktop, which is nothing but screen scraper. That basically says you kind of start, right, and say I want to do copy, go to screen, I want to enter this value, I want to hit the button. So you basically are recording your mouse keyboard stroke, and it will record and it will replay for you, and you can basically save that as a component, and then you can call it from your Power Automate. So now what it does is through Power Automate, using Power Data Gateway, it goes to your legacy system, and whatever you had recorded in the past, right, that you created a model, same steps will run. So now what I'm trying to say is Power Platform is very, very powerful. Even though you may not have a connector, you may not have an API, you still have the legacy system, this legacy system using RPA, right? Robotic processing, automation, UI flows, Power Automate Desktop, which is the new name, Power Automate Desktop, and you can do automation of web as well as Windows 32 application. So just kind of like it's humongous. So yeah, get on the bandwagon. This is going to, I mean, everybody is talking about it. Microsoft has a lot of investment. There's big community. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. Okay, looks like he's good. Are you back, Aashish?
Yeah, I'm back with you. Yeah, thanks for your all those points.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so yeah, basically, what I'll basically do is like try to create a custom connector from scratch. So basically, I'll be like creating a custom connector for Google Books that will basically search for the book based upon all those parameters values. So if you like look into this Google Book API's documentation, then you have got a endpoint over here, right? So what this basically, so, and we have got a query expression over here, then you can basically search for books based upon ISBN number, based on subjects, or based on author, title, and all these things. So basically, for creating your custom connector, we need to go to make.powerapps.com. There are other way around as well, but this is like kind of easier. So this navigation is kind of easier for me, and I always do the same. So yeah. So if you need to create a connector, then go to data. So there is a link called custom connectors. Click on it. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
the screen was lagging.
Is it fine now, or like it's still the same?
For me, it's
I
lagging,
see a
but
blank screen. Yeah.
Let me reshare it again. Then this.
yes, we can see it now.
Okay, so let's build a custom connector. So basically, as I have mentioned before, and also Uday has added, we can like create a Postman collection in Postman, and like we can import it as well. But I have not got my Postman collection today, so basically I'll like create a custom connector from blank. So just to give it a name. So you can like add a background color, or you can upload the image for your custom connector. I don't have the image, so basically I'll like leave it as it is. And I don't want to make anything fancy as of now, so just I don't give any background color as well. So if you want to connect through your on-premise data gateway, then you can like click on it. But for Google Books API, we'll be doing the HTTP request, so it is on the cloud, so we don't need to do it. So I'll like add the host name, and it's and move on to the security. So for you can like basically have basic authentication or 2.2. If you have got API keys, then you can use API keys as well. For our Google Books connector, and for this demo, we don't need any authentication as of now, so I'll just put no authentication. I'll move on to definition now, and for it I need to like create a new action. So I'll give my action name get books. As get books from Google Books. Get books operation ID as well. And now I need to, what I need to do is like I need to import the request sample. So the verb, so basically I'm going to get the book, so my verb is get, and I'll just give it give a URL. I don't have I have headers, so I'll just import this as it is. And now next step is to we can like so next step is to create a connector itself. So I can like basically create a connector from here. So we are like almost done with creating the connector. Now next step will be testing the connector and use it on our Power Automate. So it might take a couple of minutes to create a connector. Okay, so yeah, the connector has been created. Just we can like do a quick test from here itself. So for that, I need to like basically establish a connection to the connector that I have created. Sorry, I have created it multiple times. I'll go back to my custom connector. Now I have my connection established between my connectors, so I'll just give I'll just have a query on it. So basically, I'll come to search the book in the Google Book API through ISBN number. So I'll just so as per the documentation, I'll like provide ISBN and the and like a kind of unique number into it, and I'll just click on test operation. So we have got the status is 200. That is like we have made our API call has been done, and it has like returned some of the like values in the form of JSON. So once doing this, you can like get all the, so you have got the key value pairs, and like if you are like creating a library application or anything like that, then you can like get the respective values, maybe title, authors, and all those things, and create your library application using this Google Book connector. And now the next step is like I'm going to use this custom connector within one of the flow. So where I'll go is to I'll now create a Power Automate and try to use this custom connector within that Power Automate. So I'll go to flow.microsoft.com. Yeah, so I'm onto the flow screen now. So basically, I'll be creating a new Power Automate and like try to use the custom connector that we have previously built. This Power Automate, yeah. Pradeep.
Yes, Aashish.
Yeah, it seems like there's like some issues on my internet. Like if you could give me a minute, then I could reconnect.
Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Just in between, guys, if you have any questions, you can write that down into the group chat. Hi, Rangnathan. Thanks for joining in. Pleasure to see you after a long time.
Yes, Pradeep. Pleasure's mine. Good to be here.
Yeah, there's a bit of a technical issue in terms of maybe a network slow. So our speaker has just is just trying to come back. So how's it going, Rangnathan, by the way, in between? How's it in?
It's good. Good here. I think the similar event is happening everywhere. That's why I just saw one more in India.
Yeah.
Just stopping by one just to give my support.
All right. So is Malaysia also doing this?
Malaysia, there's one there. I think they postponed. I think there's too many, so everyone's involved everywhere. So they postponed the event, I guess.
Oh, all right, all right. Yeah, but it's fun to be a part of the global movement.
Yes,
like this.
definitely. Right. Thanks for notifying me of this event.
You're most welcome. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
So Pradeep, how are you doing on the time?
We are on schedule. Is it
Okay.
Uday?
Yeah, this is Uday, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we are on time. We actually have we still have about 20
How
minutes.
many more speakers? Oh, okay. For him,
We have
about
two more speakers.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
trying to go to bed, so I'm trying to see. Like, okay, I'm gonna maybe push for one more, join for a little bit, and then it's 1 a.m. my time here, so definitely late.
Yeah. So yeah, if you can,
now.
please do join and be on the call.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it would be a pleasure to have you. And by the way, our next session would be by Darsana Karki. So
I guess my audible now.
yes, Aashish. Yes, Aashish, you are.
Yeah, can you guys see my screen as well, right?
Yeah, we can Aashish. Yeah.
So yeah, basically I'll be like now creating a new Power Automate. So yeah, I'll create from a blank, give it a name, just Google Books. For now, I'll just put my trigger as I'll trigger the flow manually and try to create it. So so basically, we need to basically add a step over here. So I have built a custom connector, so I'll go to the custom. Sorry, I have selected wrong environment. So once I need to like set up action that I have created. I have defined in the definition area of my flow. So that was get books. So I'll just click on it. And what I need to do is just to pass a query parameter that was an ISBN number. I'll just save this. So for now, I've like hard coded my ISBN number. But if you like try to get this ISBN number from some tables of your common data service, or maybe from your Dynamics 365 entities, then you can like do it as well. Now I'll just give a test. The flow has run successfully, so just you can like quickly check whether our connector has like responded with the data or not. Here it is, and we have got the connector output in the body. So basically, if you like now like to create a library application or some sort of application, or you want to create a PowerApps and use this custom connector to display to make the book searchable from the ISBN number and all those things, then you can like basically do it with the custom connector, with the same way as we have done to create this custom connector. Yeah. So Pradeep, yeah, that is pretty much it from my end. So if there is further question, then like. Sorry. Hello.
I'm sorry, I was on mute. So thanks, Aashish. Let's be still on the call because maybe we have some questions. Let's wait for a minute or two.
Sure.
Guys, you can speak up or you can write your questions, queries on the chat, on the group chat itself. Okay, maybe there are no further questions. In that case,
let me wrap up, Pradeep.
yeah, sure.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I, guys? Can I disturb you for a minute? I'm Tribun. Yeah, I just joined these sessions by late, and I just get a chance to little by know the Power Platform, and I'm also new for the Power Platform. So can you guys clear me like how it will be concerned with the like I'm a developer and how I can use the PowerPoint, or it is only for the some process connector for the existing applications, or some process automation only, or we are using in the development environment like using some library or anything. So just a little bit confusion about that. So please.
Yeah, thanks for the questions, Pratibhavan. Aashish, do you want to address this?
Right answer was here.
Sure,
Aashish,
I think there's some issues with Aashish machine again. So let me address Tribhuvan's request. So Power Platform is a codeless platform. So it's basically, you can do anything like I said, if you want to develop any kind of apps, whether it be a web app or a mobile app, you can do it using PowerApps. And if you want to automate any process or like integrate anything, there's Power Automate, which can automate your things. So if you want to just connect between two systems, let's say whether it be on-premise system or let's say a cloud system, you can just use Power Automate, and you can integrate between systems. So Power Automate has like lots of triggers based on like, let's say if you have any database in your system and you want to trigger any actions based on your database, there are like actions which can trigger and have a system integration between different systems. You have Power AI builders. So AI builders has lots of capability where you can use AI capabilities, which lets you do a lot of AI related stuff. As you said, if you were not present in before session, we have a demonstration of a business card reader where a business card was scanned and all those details from a business card were automatically retrieved via the business card scanner using the AI model. So basically, a Power Platform is a variety of applications, and it lets you do multiple things.
Okay. So
okay,
I think that from John.
I think Vaibhav response has like answered many of these of your queries, maybe Trevor. So the furthermore questions are like, can I move
we
on?
We have a hand raised from John as well.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
So can I ask a question?
Sure. Go ahead, please.
So my question is for Aashish. Like, he showed us the demo of custom connector, right? So he got JSON data in response. So are we able to get XML data from there as well? If yes, then how can we get that? If no, then is there any way that we can get the XML data in return?
So yes, you can get XML data, but it purely depends upon your the web service that you use. So if your web service is able to provide responses back in the form of XML, you definitely can get responses on XML. But if your web API or let's say any web services just responds back you on a JSON format, then you do not have an ability to get an XML responses. So it purely depends upon your web service, which kind of web service you use.
Okay. Just to follow up there, is there any advantage of using just one web service which provides JSON data, or what do you prefer, like using web service which provides both XML kind of data and JSON kind of data in return? What is the best scenario to use?
So for the best scenario, it's we recommend. So it's purely based upon your expertise. So if you're familiar with XML, you can use both the web services which responds you back on XML and JSON, but it's purely upon your expertise. So if your web services has a response on XML, and you can just pass accept type on your header. So I can give you a screenshot after this call, but there are you can add headers to your custom connectors and request your response as per your expertise.
Sure. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Is there any further question from John? There's a hand raised. So looks like this is it. Yeah, Aashish, do you want to close your session or?
Yeah. So what next then? We have basically. So it's not the end of the custom connector journey, right? So you guys need to need to try what the custom connectors are. You can look into try to build your own custom connectors. So then I'll provide you the link of all the documentation that I have into the chat itself after this session, and so if you want to contact me via LinkedIn, then I'll provide you the link as well on the chat itself. And finally,
yeah, that would be perfect, and that would apply to our previous speaker as well. So please do share your LinkedIn or any other contact details so our attendees can connect with you as well.
Yeah, and at the end, so thank you everyone for joining, and let's work together, let's collaborate and make this Power Platform a next big thing. Thanks.